Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, good morning, everybody. I am going to do a live sublimation tube glitter HTV and regular sublimation project. My mom ran out of time to finish her project before she had to go to work. So I had to finish this and then take this over to her because they're having another celebration for someone she made like the backdrops and the balloons and all that stuff for before. And they're having like an extended celebration today. And they got these bags from Michael, and she was trying to rush and messed up too. So I'm gonna fix it on the one side with sublimation to glitter, and then on the other side I will put the regular sublimation print like on this. So I'm gonna do it two sides, so kind of up it a little bit compared to what she had it, how she was gonna do it before. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that with you guys. I've already designed everything, printed everything out, cut all the stuff from the vinyl, but I'm going to show you like all of the steps that I took to do this. All right. If this is something that you are interested in, go ahead, stick around, hit that thumbs up. If you're watching over on Facebook, please be sure to share. If someone could go ahead and share it in my Facebook group, honestly speaking, as well. And also like and follow us on Facebook also. Excuse me. I did design this in Silhouette Studio, of course. Always Silhouette Studio. And I cut it with my Silhouette Cameo. And yeah, there's another video that's going to come out. The Louis Vuitton one, I had to do a manual trace. So be sure to go over to, if you're on these, honestly speaking, YouTube, or if you're on any of the Facebook platforms, make sure you click the link in the description to go over to my YouTube channel, SILAHOLICS Anonymous, because I do have a video that I did when I manually traced out the Louis Vuitton, excuse me, logo. So that video will be up very, 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 very soon. Let's see. Let's go here and share it out because I need to share it out myself. Okay, so let's write a post. All right, so while I'm sharing and I'm writing a post, y'all hit share, you write your post, and you share it out also, okay? Okay, so I've already cut this out. I'm going to weed this one so I can cut it down. I will go and show you guys how it was done in Silhouette Studio. This one, I have some space that I could probably use. Yeah, at this point, I don't even care. I'm gonna waste a whole lot of vinyl here because I did not put weed lines. I forgot to put weed borders around it. So I'm about to waste a whole lot of good real estate of vinyl. Oh, wait a minute. Did we not cut all the way through? Oh, no. I was like, wait a minute. Why is it not peeling away? But my line was way, way higher. Okay, no, that seems kind of weird. Ugh, seriously. Oh, wait. Dang it. Why did you not cut properly? Crapola. All right. I mean, it cut, but I didn't get like my good cut where I can just pull it and weed it. I'm going to have to kind of push some of these elements down just a little bit. Dang it. I didn't get a really deep cut. I mean, it cut, but not enough to where I can just weed around it and it just pulls away. That did not happen. All righty, let's see. All right, let me do this one up here. See if I can figure out where it is. I cannot let this move. I cannot let this stretch because I'm putting a sublimation print on top. It needs to be exactly like, it needs to stay exactly where it's supposed to be. So I need these to stick and not move. You know, normally like it's a song. I think it's called Stick and Move, or people say, you know, you need on unboxing Stick and Move. I need this to stick and not move. Look at all that great real estate that I neglected to put a weed box around. That is all some great, amazing real estate for glitter vinyl. I just need to pull this away to my face so I can see to pull out the middle section. Ah, shoot. This is cut wrong. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Because it'll be solid. I don't want it to be solid. Oh, well. They're going to get this sucker solid. I didn't. Oh, dang it. Nope, I'm going to have to cut it again. Actually, the Coach one is my mom's, so it'll be fine. I'm not going to work. Because when I did this, I did it as a trace and detach instead of a trace. So it's not going to cut the middle parts. I'm like, I just realized like it's one solid piece. So the middle part for Coach is going to just be white glitter. I mean, it's fine because that one can be for my mom. All right. So now those are cut out. Let's go ahead and cut these down. I already did the other ones. So little disclaimer, yes, these are designer logo names. Of course, we don't know that these designers don't make like canvas tote bags. So it's no trying to pass these off as designer bags. It's just that that's the theme. So I'm going to just put these on the totes. Do understand that all these logos are, the rights to these belong to their respective companies. And technically, you know, you're not supposed to reproduce, reuse and all that kind of good jazz. But this is for personal use, just for a party, a mock fashion show they're having for someone's 20-year anniversary. So be very mindful when using trademark and licensed logos and images and things like that, because, you know, you can face repercussions, consequences and repercussions for doing so. I'm going to do the easier ones first, which is for me to press it directly to the canvas. So she put one, it didn't have enough pressure, and she put it upside down. So we're going to cover that one up. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just put this down and press it directly to it. Just as soon as I get this piece of hair off of there. So these are the Imagine 8 from Michaels. They're reusable polyester totes. So you can press and sublimate directly to this. But since I have to correct 2, all of them are going to get the glitter heat transfer vinyl. So let's just move it. Oh, come on, hair. All right, so these, maybe that's why she was having issues. I mean, it is kind of raised a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-press this one just to check my pressure and where that is. Okay, I should be good on my pressure. Just kind of, okay. So it is kind of wrinkly, right? Because we have this like this and I have a really big press, I'm going to go ahead and put a pressing pillow underneath this, a piece of foam underneath it so that it just raises that top area up. I think this one will work for all of the size. Nope, I need one that's a little bit bigger than this. Let's see. Hey, I need you to stay down. So, Mommy, if you watch this later, it does seem like, it just wasn't getting even pressure. So you did not do anything. She was beating herself up thinking she did something wrong. All right, so that one works. As you can see, I don't cover mine up, which is not a good thing. But, it's not saying it's a bad thing, but it's best if you do cover them up. They'll last longer. When mine mess up, I just go buy a new phone. All right, so we're going to put that there. And I'm just going to press that again. Ooh, too much pressure. So let's go ahead and raise that pressure some. All right, I'm pretty good with where that is right there. And see, now it's nice and smooth. All right, we're going to flip this over. Oh, what the heck? Wait a minute. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Did I do all of them like that? I completely forgot to flip. It was just this one. The other ones are flipped. I forgot to mirror. Oh gosh, I forgot to mirror this one. All righty. Luckily, the Coach one is one to where it should be like, it shouldn't matter which way it goes. So let's head on over to Silhouette Studio, shall we? Because I completely forgot to flip it to send it to cut. All right. I'm hoping the Coach one won't matter because it looks very symmetrical. So I'm hoping that one won't matter. But we're going to go ahead and go back to design. We're going to flip this horizontally. And this time I am going to put my weed borders around it just to make it a little bit easier and I don't have to waste all that vinyl again. So we're going to go to our offset. And I'm going to go offset again. And I just want a nice little border around it. Just going to make sure where I can pull those away. I can see where it is. And then I can kind of save some of this other vinyl. I don't know, though. I may not have to waste vinyl for the Coach. I'm going to see if that lines up. Well, now, where did I do with it that quick? Y'all know I'm notorious for losing everything. What did I do with that Coach? Oh, here it is. All right. Let's see if this will line up. Like I said, it looks very symmetrical. So I think, ooh, maybe not. Let's see. Well, nope. I want to cut that out anyway. So that was a happy little mistake. So let's go back over here and we're going to go ahead and pull this out, and I'm going to do a regular trace on this. So it was meant for me to do this the right way. So we're going to go ahead and come over here to our trace tool, put our box around it. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to increase my threshold just a little bit to fill in that black, and I'm going to go trace. And now that it's traced, because I already did the trace and detach, I'm just going to select this and go modify and crop so that now it's going to cut out the regular way. And we're just going to put this right back in that spot. It's already reversed for me and everything. So we're going to do that like that. This piece, I don't want it to cut all of those inner pieces. So we're just going to select the A and the C. I'm going to release compound path on this. All right, I like to use keyboard shortcuts. So Control-Shift-E. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. So let's go on just the line. Okay, there we go. Control-Shift-E and weld. So I get rid of those middle parts. And we're going to go ahead and send this to cut after I go and cut down vinyl. So just give me a moment. I have to go to the other room where my vinyl is. And I have to cut that piece of vinyl down. So just give me one moment. And I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So it's cut, it's loaded. We're going to go to why. Oh gosh, what is going on here? Why is it telling me you are not available? We don't have time for this silhouette cameo. What are you going through? What do you mean unavailable? Engaged, unavailable. Oh my gosh. Come on. I don't have time for this. Turn it off, turn it back on. Let me make sure it's still plugged in because Bluetooth is acting crazy. Oh, that's why I pulled it out. All right, there we go. So we're going to go here. And I'm going to let this cut. All righty. So let's work on the other one then, shall we? All right, the coach we cannot do. So I'm just going to do the ones that are the ones that we're going to fix. So for those, because they already have sublimation ink on it, I don't want the sub ink to bleed through the back of the vinyl. So I don't want to press it for the entire time that it would require, because that ink may activate and come through. I don't want to take that chance. So I'm going to do it onto the, oh no, that's why I did it that way. Okay, never mind. That Coach one is now a waste, although I can still put that one on my mom's zone on the other side. So there was a reason, my bad. There was a reason why I left this one solid. Hold on, let me find the other bag. All right, there's that one. There's this one. All right, I'm missing, okay, here it is. Here's the other bag. So the reason why I left it solid was because she had already tried to press it and it messed up. And of course, it was also upside down. So I needed it to be solid so you can't see this part. I'm actually not worried about that coming through. I don't think it'll come through, but I'm not sure. So, because it's not very, very dark. All right, so I'm going to start with that one. And we're just going to peel this off. And we're going to put this down like that. And I'm going to line up my print. So I did not do a print and cut on this. I manually cut it out, like all of the little registration areas, because if I would have done a print and cut with the registration marks, I would not have been able to take advantage of like the full page, the 13 by 19. So I just manually cut it by hand. All right, so we just need to line this up as best I can. I mean, technically it is the wrong way, so all right, gonna line it up as best I can. All right, I should be good there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close that. And we're going to press that for the full 30 seconds, which I'm going to drop this because I raised it because of the pressing pillow. So we're going to go ahead, drop that for the full 30 seconds. And then I'm going to put it on the tote bag. And I'm only going to press it for a few seconds. All right, while that's going through there, let me say good morning to some folk over here. Good morning, Miss Reed. You are always right on time. You're always one of the first ones to comment. Thank you for having your notifications on. Hey, Miss Sonia. Hey, Jesse. Hey, Jesse. Miss Mary Brown, how are you? Good morning. All right. So there's that, right? I'm going to let it cool it just so that the adhesive underneath can re-solidify so I can take it off easier. It's not going to stick. Oh, see, it's actually not that bad. So it's not going to stick to it. It will come right off because this is parchment paper. It's non-stick. You cannot do this on butcher paper. It has to be a non-stick paper. So we can take this one off. I'm going to sit it off to the side, let that cool a little bit. And then let's grab our little pillow here so we can have even pressure on this. All right, make sure it's nice and flat on there. We're going to take this and just cover this one up. All right, put that right there and cover that little mistake up. What mistake? There was no mistake. We meant to do this in glitter HTV. This was the plan all along. Now for this one, I am going to put butcher paper on top to protect my platen. from, make sure this doesn't have ink on it. This is a new one. Because I still have to protect my platen from the sub ink that's on there. So we're just going to put that like that. And we're only going to let this go for about 5 seconds because we're really, really high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And this is done. All right. So I'm going to do the other side once I weed it. So that side will have, well, I'll probably use that for something else. I'll just put her, I'll just put the, so I'm going to go like this. Actually, with this, because it will, that sub ink will try and get to it. Butcher paper is not enough. For that, it is best if you use parchment paper because the parchment paper is not going to go through. I'm sorry, I did not realize that was on. Yes, definitely please like and share. So I'm going to use parchment paper instead. Butcher paper is not great. Everyone always screams, butcher paper, butcher paper, butcher paper. It is cheap. And for certain applications, it does like work best, but it can bleed through, especially if you're doing like a higher temp butcher paper. It can go through that. It's very porous. So I like to use parchment paper when I want to make sure that it doesn't go through to anything. And because this is basically like a polyester also, that sub ink is going to get attracted to it and it will stick to it. So I'm going to put my parchment paper down, and that's just to protect the pressing pillow, whether it's straight up green foam or if you have yours colored with Teflon. You do want to protect it if you are flipping it over, like putting sub ink down on it, because even the Teflon is poly and it can, the ink will stick to it. So we have that, and I'm going to take this print and put it right on the other side. All right. So for this one, I'm going to take this up just a little. Still too much, but it's okay. We're going to let that go for the full 30 seconds. I'm going to grab my cut because it is done now. All right. Ooh, that's probably one reason why. That's why it's good to have the foam. That would have been an issue for pressure. So there we go. That is now done. So we have it on both sides. All right. So bag number 1 done. All right. Well, I guess I might as well do bag number 2 since I'm correcting things. Let's get rid of that one. And we're, okay, here's my parchment paper. That had ink on it, so I cannot use it again. So I'm just going to put that one there. Actually, you know what? Let's do the back side. Because we have to let it go for 30 seconds, let's just do the back side of this first. This is going to be a pain in my butt. All right, let's use a little bit of heat tape. To keep this stretched out. Like so, I want to kind of pull back some. At least it's not rolling on me now. So that part is going to stay back. And now let's try and get it completely flat. Oh, come on, you little raggedy wrinkles. Oof. All right, that's hot right now. Like, because I've pressed this so many times, I don't want to take the chance of that print going through with like just keep putting heat on it. So I'm going to put a little paper in between here. But that's just so that it doesn't keep, like it doesn't come, there's no risk of it coming through because there is sub ink on the back and we keep reheating this. So I'm going to press it one more time. I just see a little line right here, which again, I'm going to just use some tape to try and stretch that part out. Same thing up here. I'm like pulling it just so it stretches out some. And then I'm going to try and get that to flatten out. All right, better than what it was before. All right, I think we're good. Much, much better than where it was before. Woo. All right. Always trim your ends. If they're going to touch your substrate, always trim your ends off. If it's not touching your substrate and it's touching like parchment paper, you don't really have to worry about that. All right. This goes like this because the word Gucci goes to the bottom. We're going to center that up. And press that for 30 seconds. No, well, only because there is ink on the other side. If it wasn't ink on the other side, I wouldn't have worried about it. But because I had to press it so many times to try and get the wrinkles out, I put paper in it to protect it. But when you see me do the other ones, I'm not going to worry about that. Here we go for that side. Ooh, that's hot. And then I can't use this one anymore. Well, technically I can't. I'm going to put this like this. I'm going to flip this bad boy over. Yes, yes. We always like to reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle. And I'm going to take off this. Be sure not to stretch it. Take it off carefully. Like I'm going around in a circle. I'm not just trying to pull it. I'm going to go around the edges of it to work my way to the middle and then kind of get that off. So just working my way around it so it doesn't stretch. We're going to put that down. I've already trimmed down this one. So I have a cut here at the top, on the sides, and at the bottom. That's going to help me put this down and line it up to where it is right to the edges of that piece of HTV. So you don't have to do a print and cut. If you feel like your hands are kind of steady, which I have cut, been cutting stuff for so long, I really feel like my hands are pretty steady. You can go ahead and just hand cut it. All right, so we're gonna go like that and press that for 30 seconds, and then we'll press it onto the bag for about 5 seconds. So there's that. We're going to let that cool for a little bit on there. And then we will put that on the bag. But in the meantime, in between time, let's go ahead and cut or weed out our new print. Just as soon as I figure out where I put my weeding tool. Now, I just had you. What did I do with you? I was actually weeding, and then I put it down. Oh, here it is. All right, before we get started with that one, I just want to remind you guys that the ink and paper that I am using is, honestly speaking, Sublimation ink and paper. This is old. I actually meant to take this down. This is not today. This is for yesterday. So I meant to take that down. Don't look for those discounts. But you can find our ink and paper here on our website, as well as our heat tape. We do have the cartridges for the new Epson printer, so the 812 XL cartridges. We, of course, still do carry the ones for the 7720. You can always get yourself an extra set, a new set if yours goes out. So we will always have those because people have those printers and your cartridges may go out. So we will not, discontinue that, because someone asked me, will we stop selling them since they have the new printer? Of course not. We will always have the 252 cartridges. You can go just to the Workforce collection and you'll see everything here, from the bundles, just the regular inks, the paper, the rolls, which we only have 8.5 right now, color charts, which I highly recommend, and things like that. And then if you go to the 7840 collection, it has the, we can also get your chips only. So when you need your replacement chips, click on chips only, and we'll send you 4 of the replacement chips. So that is shop.silaholics.com. The link for that is in the description of this video. All right, so let's go ahead and go back over here. And I'm going to, of course, weed out my borders first. All right. That's going to make it to where I know where all of my, only because I need to see this. And I'm not going to use this one, of course, but I need to see where my border is, so I'll know where to cut. Oh, this cut all wonky. Okay, don't know what happened there. I'm just going to cut really, really close to this Chanel. Oh yeah, I don't know why that cut off funky like. So for this, I now can keep, and I know exactly where to cut to keep all of this prime real estate that I can use for smaller projects. Just going to put this in my, I'm not going to worry about going inside there, although that's a pretty good area too. I'm just going to cut around like this, and then it will go in my box of scraps, and I can use this for smaller projects. So that's a pretty good piece right there. That can be a name or anything. I mean, these are pretty good pieces too, but I don't really feel like trying to cut those. So now we're just going to go in and weed around this. All right. Now that that's weeded, let's go ahead and get this put onto the tote bag. All right. Again, it is the Imagine 8 reusable polyester bags from Michael's Stores. This is not a sponsored video. We pay for these with our own money. All right. So I'm gonna let this edge hang off of this edge just so that it doesn't bunch up too much. And I'm going to let that press out those lines. We should be good there. Other side is good. All right. I'm going to take my glitter HTV. We're going to go ahead and put that on here. Like so, like that, as Tabitha Brown would say. Okay. And we're going to press that for like 2 seconds. It's called a quick tack, so just need to have that for a few seconds. So I did like 3 seconds. And then we're going to take this off. Now, my Chanel one, I did not do because I wanted you guys to see how I'm going to set this up. So, of course, first things first, need to trim down my edges because this is now, I'm not making a glitter patch with this. I am actually putting this on my substrate. So I just want to cut all of my edges down. And I don't even remember, yeah, this was cut straight. So I'm good on that one. So I just want some areas where I can line it up. So I'm going to come in here and just cut the inside of the C. I got to put this closer to my face so I don't mess it up. All right. I'm going to cut right here on this part of the C. just that straight line. Okay, so that lets me know where that goes. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So you want to just choose areas that's going to be easy for you to cut. Nothing too complex. You don't have to cut out everything. You just have to cut a few areas. Again, these are just creating registration areas so you'll know where to put it. And then for the L, I'm just going to go, for all these, I'm just going to go across the bottom. I'm even going to do a little bit of the E. And then I'm going to go up on the L right here and right there. So I know that's the edge of it. I'm going to come right here to the edge of the E. So I know that's where that is. And then for the C, we're just going to cut a little bit of the top just so that we know where this goes. All right, I'm not going to worry about anything else. That should be enough registration areas for me to line this up properly. So I have my C, I have this part. So we're just going to line that up there. I can line my C up. My L pretty much fell right into place. This all fell right into place. I see a little bit here, so I'm going to tilt it just a little. I probably cut just a little bit too much, but that's okay. So there. It's going to tilt back just a little. Okay, let's tilt this side. I had it perfect the first time, and I started messing with it. All right. Yeah, I think I cut off a little bit too much because everything else is lining up. I think I cut off just a little bit too much of my C there. I'm going to put a little bit of tape just so that as I push this through the heat press, it doesn't move. So we're good there. Let's put another little piece because this kind of moved. So let's put another piece right there. Everything else should be good. Go ahead and, oh, I'm sorry. I don't even know if y'all saw my little raggedy braids. We're going to go ahead and close that down. There we go. All right. There is that one. Now we're going to go ahead and put our parchment paper down so that we can do the back side of this. Sorry, that was right in y'all ears. We're going to put this down. Make sure that it is completely on the parchment paper and not on my little foam down here. I'm going to do a little pre-press on it just to make sure that it is, and that's way too much pressure. Let me take that pressure back some. Yeah, we really don't need all of that pressure. All right. There we go. Let's grab our other Chanel here. Let's make sure that we trim the edges of this. Close that for 30 seconds. And then we just have the Louis Vuitton one, and then the other side for the Gucci. Are you doing glitter? Because no, the bags are polyester, but there was a mistake on one. So in order to cover up the mistake, I covered them up with glitter HTV. You're going to see me do it now. So I had to do all the other ones like that so that they match, because I really only did it to cover up 2 mistakes. That one had some spots that aren't as dark. I don't know what happened with that, but there is that one. I don't know why I had some pressure issues. I probably should have left it turned down the way it was because I didn't have issues before. But there's that. So here is the reason why I'm doing them this way. So we have to get rid of this. I can use butcher paper for this because I'm not going to press it very long. So I'm not worried about it going through. So I'm only going to press it for like 3 seconds. So this side, we press directly to the polyester canvas bag. This side, because it was upside down and there was pressure issues, we're going to use the glitter as a cover-up. All right. So I'm going to cut another piece of butcher just so that I can flatten this out. That's nice and flat. Now, my glitter patch that I made, we're going to go ahead and take that off of the parchment paper. And put that down on here. I'm going to go up higher just a little bit, just to match where the other one is. So I'm going to pretty much be right at the edge of this. The colors are a little bit different from one side to the other because this is on the glitter vinyl. It affects the color just a little bit. So it's going to be a little bit different from the other side. I want a new piece on top because I have to protect my heat press. So I'm just going to put a piece on top. Press that. We only need a piece of the heat transfer vinyl to adhere. So about 5-6 seconds or so. And we're going to be good on that because we're at 365. Normally glitter is at 325. So 5-6 seconds that high. And we are done. So here is this side. And here is this side. So we fixed that little boo-boo in there, and no one will be none the wiser in the fact that there was a little mistake on this. But we did all of them like this because of that mistake. All right, we have one more to do, which is the Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. All right, we're going to put that on here. It's already nice and smooth, so we don't have to worry about pre-pressing it. I'm going to go ahead, grab my Louis Vuitton one that is not cut down. I'm of course going to trim the edges. Always, always trim your edges. As you notice, I don't bother to lint brush. I don't really use a lint brush because I'm using my paper, my Honestly Speaking paper, and I can sub at a much lower temperature. I don't really ever have issues with like the lint pieces, like the little blue squiggly lines. If you go up to like 385, 400 in that range, or you're pressing for longer, then you'll have to worry about that, and you may want to lint brush. So if you're not using Honestly Speaking paper and you're trying to do like I do and you don't lint brush and you get the blue squigglies, it is because of the temperature and the time for the paper that you are using. So if you want your job to go by faster, not have to worry about a lot of those little small things, go ahead, visit our website, shop.silaholics.com, and pick up you some Honestly Speaking paper, okay? All right, we're going to drop this down on here like so, like that. Put that down 30 seconds, and then we're going to do the last one with the glitter vinyl, and we will be done. What is the biggest size print and cut you can do with the Select Cameo? Well, I didn't do a print and cut with this one, but the largest size would be 12 inches wide, and they have a 12 by 24 inch mat. So it's best to stay within like the mat size, the cut size for the mat. So it would be like 12 by 24 paper, but you have your registration marks. So you really only get maybe like 11 and a half. You probably push it to like, 11. You can probably push it like 11 and a half, but you'll have to manually cut some things if you do it that way. All right. Bam. There's that one. Okay. And I'm going to try and do this with... I'm not going to take a chance. Go on, honey. Take a chance. Can y'all tell me what movie that came from? Go on, honey. Take a chance. I am a movie buff, and that's actually one of my favorite movies that I know every single word to that movie. If you did not see my video when I was doing my favorite scene, I absolutely love that movie. All right, so we're going to put that there. We're going to take this and put it back down. Let's just press some of these wrinkles out. Oh, say, can't you see I'm coming to America? That is my movie, y'all. Look at y'all knowing y'all movies. Go ahead there. Oh, snap. Y'all know y'all movies. All right. That is my movie, y'all. I tell you, I know that movie front, backwards, around, like any which way. I know the words to that movie. I love that movie. That, Con Air, and Frequency. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Lean on Me. I know all the words to Lion King too. Well, as well. Not the movie too. All right. So we're going to go ahead and center that up. We're going to give this a little quick press for about 3 seconds. That's just to get the initial tack. And then we're going to weed it. Now, not all glitter vinyls weed that fast. I am using Caesar's Easy Weed. I think it's called Easy Weed for glitter, but Caesar's glitter vinyl. And this is a hot peel. So, and the way that it's made, you can do a quick tack and be able to take off your carrier sheet. You don't have to do a quick tack and then let it cool down. So we press it for about 3 seconds and then take this off. So that's called a quick tack. And then we're going to take our print, which I have already, this one I did team too much with like the registration areas because all I had to really do was the bottom, but I did team too much. Well, I really did it on this one to show you how detailed you can be. So as you can see, like up here, I really went all the way around it. Here, I just did the ends. Here, I just did the bottom and like a little bit just so I can tell where they end at. So you can, if you want to be, really, really accurate, you can cut very detailed, just cut the ends. And as long as you have something where you can identify it, then you're good. So we're just going to put this right here. I'm going to line this one up right here. And look, as soon as I put this down, well, maybe not. It's not quite even. So we're going to go up a little bit. I was going to say probably as soon as I put it down, the top ones will line up. So we're going to put that there. And I think it may have moved slightly. It didn't shrink because it's bigger, but for some reason it's, I don't know if I cut off too much on the bottom or what. Because I have like, yeah, I think I cut off too much on the bottom because it's a pretty even line. So that was my fault. I cut off a little too much. Yeah, because everything else lines up perfectly. That was my fault. Oh, you know what? That was a part that was supposed to be weeded. It was a second line there because I can see where it's coming out like that. Okay. Oh, well. Nothing I can do about it now. All right. So we're going to put that there. Put a little piece there. And yeah, because everything else like literally lined up perfectly. There was a little extra piece at the bottom, but that's okay. Put us 3 little pieces of, honestly speaking, heat tape on there. And we're going to press that for the full 30 seconds. With honestly speaking paper, I'm able to sublimate at 365 degrees for 30 seconds. Technically on this one, I can sub at 360 for 20-25 seconds, but the general rule is like 365, 30 seconds for like really like say good heat presses. An average heat press, you may have to do 365 for 40 seconds. And then some, if you have cold spots, you may have to do 375, 380, or anywhere between 370, 380 for 30 seconds to 40 seconds. You do want to make sure it's not just by this. This one I have calibrated. So I know that what I have here, it's actually outputting from here as well. So if your heat press is off and you're not able to calibrate it, because this one, you're able to calibrate it so it can be accurate. If you're not able to, if you go and you test it, and let's say you have it set to 365, but it's only outputting 360, you want to take this up to 370 so that it's outputting 365. All right. Oh, look. Yep. See, what temps are you using? 365 degrees, but that's with our paper, honestly speaking, sublimation paper. So that's what I am using for this. We are Team 365. Okay. Whoa. Dropping stuff. And there's that one. So there is this side, and there is this side. So there's one. Here is 2. This is the non-glitter. This is the glitter. Non-glitter, glitter. So that's a 3. And non-glitter, glitter. And this one I had to just do a whole, and that actually the other one, all that pressing is starting to come through a little bit on this one because I had to press it. I should have done this side first. So when I pressed this one for such a long time, it did reactivate that heat ink on the other side. So it came through just a little. So if you're going to do this, and only because there was an image there, I really should have pressed this side because that's a full 30-second cure or press time. And the other side would have only been 5 seconds. But I did the other side first. And so when I did this, that heat made that image that was already there come through this a little bit. But this one is my mom's, so not so much worried about that. All right. So there you have it. Let me go through one last time and see if there were any questions. Oh, I was going to show you in Silhouette Studio. So let me do that real quick because we are already at 1 hour. But I do want to show you guys what I did in Silhouette Studio for the Louis Vuitton one. Like I said, I will have the video uploaded of how I did the what's those things called? Edit points. There we go. No, these all came from Google. Yeah, I did not make any of these. These are just, did a Google search for their logos and I brought them into Select Studio, traced them, and that was it. Yes, these are from Google. These are from Michaels. So you can just go to your Michaels store. They are the Imagine 8 polyester ones. They come in a white and like a tan color, because I have one that's more like a tan color that I'm going to put a breast cancer design on. They are from Michaels. So you can check their website or go into the store. Inside or outside, it didn't really matter, because as long as it was underneath it, putting it inside, unless like it was like a lot of major wrinkles on the other side, it would have made a difference. Just having that there for the pressure is what matters. She says, I love these bags, but the wrinkles are the devil. Just make sure you pre-press them really good. Yep, no paper. Nope. Yeah, no paper inside the bag. Yes, you just need it for pressure. So you don't have to put it inside. Just put it underneath. It's just creating, it's raising up that one area and just making it where you have better pressure. So no, you don't have to put it on the inside. You only put things on the inside when you need to protect the front from the back. Like maybe if it's something where the inside of it is going to stick to each other, then you put something on the inside to keep it from doing that. But just for this, you can definitely just put it underneath. I just used one of these bags last weekend and they are a little bit of a challenge to work with. Just have to pre-press them and use a pressing pillow. Can you sub regular white HTV vinyl? No, you cannot. That is why they came out with the Easy Subly. You can sub to glow in the dark vinyl, which I will have a video on that also as we prepare for All Hallows All Hallows Eve. So I will, or we call it Hallelujah Night at the church. But I have another tote bag that I'm going to do. And I'm going to do some bags and stuff for the kids. I'm going to put glow in the dark on that one. So you can sub to glow in the dark. And I'm going to put that on some canvas bags with glow in the dark. I've actually never used theirs, Tim. They're giving away $100 worth of free transfers if you want to get them. Just wanted to give you a heads up if you wanted to know. First 100 people, and they're only at 50 people last night. I got mine this morning. Yeah, I've never used theirs. Could you have cut a box around it with your blade? I mean, I can, but then I couldn't see it, and that was just team too much, and I had to do it over anyway. All right, so I think that is all of those. Tell Miss Sharon I'm going to adopt you as my daughter. She was stressed. Your friend was stressing Miss Sonia. She was up till 3:00 in the morning doing all this other stuff. And she woke up panicking. She was driving me crazy. I said, lady, if you don't just bring me those bags, I know something. Let's see. Yes, you can definitely press it with a 15 by 15 press. Yes, I even do things with the Easy Press. So if you're new here, check out my content. I've done a lot of things with my Easy Presses. You see, one of them is there. That's the smallest one. That's my Vivora Easy Press. I have all three and a Cricut one. So you can do this. And I press with that Vivora one at 365. Yep, it's just regular green foam. I've talked about that in a video. Go check out that video. I have a whole video where I talk about cutting them to size and all of that. So check out that video on Honestly Speaking. Yes, holographic works as well. But I mean, it's okay. I'm not a fan of the holographic, but it does work. But I'm not a big fan of it. I realized that like maybe months ago, and I was supposed to do a video on it, and I never did. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the Cameo Pro? I'm thinking about getting one, but I need your opinion. I hate it. So hate is a strong word. I don't care for it. I just think that they should not have tried to go that route with a 24. It's just not made for it. Their technology is not great. And I've had so many one-on-one sessions with people with that. So I'm not a fan of the Pro. The regular 12-inch, the regular 15, yes. The Pro is just issues for more than it is not an issue. Some people love it, and it really depends on what you're going to do. But I am definitely not an advocate for the Pro, not at all. I recommend like really investing in, if you're going to do 24 inches and for the cost of it, it's going to be better for you to invest in a cutter that is a good cutter and that has a good blade, and it's not going to be so super loud. You're not going to have a lot of like the pinch roller issues and things like that. There are some that are pretty much the same price, and you can still use Silhouette Studio to design and save as an SVG, open up in their basic programs like Vinyl Masters, and then be able to cut. But yes, I don't recommend the Pro at all. All right, so over here really quickly, because we're already at an hour. Where are those images? Oh, wait, I did not. Oh, I thought I saved them. I thought I had them still here. So this is the Chanel one. I can show you from this one, right? So this is the Chanel. It was just a PNG. So I went on Google, I saved it. If I were to put line color around this, you're just going to see one big box. We need this to cut. Most people would say, okay, it's already printed, it already has the color, do a trace and detach. Well, a trace and detach is not going to give you the middle of the A or the middle of the C. This is just a solid color. And I think I saw someone make a suggestion on putting florals in it. And you can definitely do that if you do a regular trace. So you're going to go to the trace tool, select trace area, place your box, and this is all black. It's going to pick up immediately, and we're going to go trace. Now I can pull that trace off, and I can make this whatever color I want. We're in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I can make it, any shade of pink with it like this, okay? And now this is ready to size and cut and or print. And then for this one, like I said, I have the video coming for that on how I did that, because I had to manually trace this one. So you have to watch out for that video. This one right here, it was a circle. It wasn't like the best edge on it, which I'm going to put the box back. Well, I put a circle around it. Didn't mean to do that. We're going to flip that horizontally. And I'm just going to put the circle. It's fine. I'm going to weld it. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go. All right, let's just open it back up. So file, merge, and quick access. Oh, maybe I did not save that one. Is that one still on? Which means that I'm not going to have it because I had to close out of Silhouette Studio. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to type in Gucci logo. What did I do with it? Where is it? Okay, there we go. So Gucci logo, I'm going to go to images, and she had already picked out the one that she wanted. So I just went to go look for that, which was right here. And I right click and copy, bring it over into Silhouette Studio and paste, size it up, which that is really big. And because this was a round one, like when I did a regular trace, you see there's pixelation on this. So it wasn't the greatest in how it picked up. So what I do, well, for something that's just a circle, I'm going to go to my ellipse tool. I'm going to find the middle, which my little crosshairs kind of told me where that was. Hold down Shift and Alt, bring that out until I got close to the edges. And I'm going to adjust that just a little bit there. Then I select it, go over to modify and crop. That's how I got that one. And this is actually a better quality one than this one. Because yeah, this one looked crazy. This one was a better quality one, but that's how I did the circle on that one. And then of course the coach is done the same way. At first I did just do a trace and detach on that, but you guys just saw me do a regular trace. Originally just did a trace and detach because I only needed the outside edge. This part can stay the way it is because it's white. It's not going to print anyway. But if I needed to cut all of this, like meaning cut the outline and the words, for that, you would do a traditional trace and fill it with color. If it's just print and cut, then you can do trace and detach to go around the edge. So this one, just go trace. And now I have one that I can fill in with, oops. Oh, let's send this to the back because that box is too big. And we're going to fill that with, oh, come on. Oh, I never did. I thought I traced and detached this one. If I put a box around this, see, it's one big box and it's a huge, huge, huge box. So we're going to just trace and detach that down. So select trace area, place our box. And this is how you would get rid of all that extra box, trace and detach. And now this I can delete. And this is just the logo perfectly sized. And then with this one, I can fill it with color. All right, so that's how you do that. I have no idea. I purchased mine so long ago. I don't have the receipt for it. I don't know how much she paid for it. They weren't too expensive though. A couple of bucks at Michael's. You are very welcome. Do you use the Cricut as well? Will you purchase the StarCraft solo machine? I do want the solo. So yes, when it comes out, I do plan to purchase that if it's not gifted to me first. But I have a Cricut. I don't use it really. It was given to me and there's something wrong with it where it sounds cuckoo crazy. And I don't see myself spending my money on a Cricut because I have no need for it. So yeah. Do I teach people? Do I teach people? But of course, honey, I have a whole academy to teach people Silhouette Studio and business related things. I have a whole academy, which is academy.silaholics.anonymous.com. And we have different memberships available. I do have a la carte classes. I do live videos all the time for teaching and doing different demos for all sorts of crafts, not just sublimation. We had one whole month. So if you're new here, if you've never seen my content, hey, big boy, you can go over to our channel and go to the playlist for Silaholics Anonymous Month. That's going to give you a lot of content. If you don't want to attend any of my classes and stuff like that, you're going to get a lot of content. From like how I did stuff in Silhouette Studio, actual projects. I was live pretty much every single day the month of August. So week 1 was paper week. Week 2 was vinyl. Week 3 was T-shirts. So a bunch of different ways to do T-shirts. Week 4 was sublimation. And then we did some print and cut centerpieces and printable party favors like chip bags and all of that on there. Hey, Patrice, how you made it on my playlist? How you doing, craftable things? That wasn't a part of Silaholics Anonymous Month. That's just my girl. So, and why is this one on here? We got to remove those. Those aren't supposed to be on there. But these are the ones so you can see the color. So definitely check that out. That's where you start at as far as free content. And if you want to attend any of my live classes or just get the playbacks of my live classes, head on over to academy.silaholics.anonymous.com. The link for that is in the description of every single video, or just go straight to our shop site. And then when you click on the Academy site, it will take you there. I want to go there. Don't pay this any attention. We no longer have the sale. That was yesterday. I was actually on here trying to get rid of that before people were like, hey, what happened to the sale? But that is no more. The sale is over. It's over. It's over. It's over. All right, there we go. Now there's no more sale on the site. Okay, so let's see where else. Where do we leave off? Shakia, thank you always for posting on Sublimation Lovers. I really appreciate you so much. No problem. Definitely go and join that group. Sublimation Lovers that one's for beginners. Welcome in. You must be new here. Yes, she teaches a lot. I'm new, dropping down, but I've watched a lot. Thank you. Wait, no, you are so informative. Thank you for sharing. You're very welcome. Good morning, Valerie. Yeah, I knew it, that you're trying to put them together. Thanks for the response regarding the pro. Hi, what is a good glossy paper? Right now, my favorite is the Koala brand from who do people call? Amazon. So I get my Koala from Amazon. All right, y'all, let me get up out of here because I still have stickers. I'm actually doing, I'm cutting them on the roll-in, and they should be done by now because I've been on for an hour. And in hindsight, I could have let that print the full set because I thought that I was going to go back, but I'm going to do that. And oh, wow, it's 12 o'clock. I got to go. I actually got to get these to my mom first. All right, y'all, I should talk to you later. Have a great one. Peace.